А сейчас у нас будет поединок между Еле Классеном и Весом Ньютоном. Пока без звука, потому что играет музыка. Сейчас Вес Ньютон выйдет у нас на сцену. Видим, сколько болельщиков в Германии. Очень много. И первым четвертьфиналистом у нас стал Майкл Ван Гервен.
So on to our second, third round match here at the German Darts Championships, and it's Wes Newton, who had a really good 2013 competing in the Premier League, the World Series events in Dubai and Sydney, and enjoyed a a European tour win, I should say, in Sindelfingen
Jelle Klaasen,
here in Germany.
чемпион мира.
Up against Jelle Klaasen, former Lakeside world champion. Jelle beat Mark
Классен становился чемпионом мира по версии ВДО в 2006 году, обыграв тогда в финале Раймонда Ван Барневельда со счетом 7-5.
Second round win, I should say, as one of the seeds came in yesterday against Dirk van Dijvenbode, who was in our minibus back to the hotel last night, giving us some tips on how to pronounce his surname.
Финал выходил в UK Open 2012 года и чемпионшип European Darts тоже в финал выходил.
He let off Wes, there's no question. He played exceptionally well, and as a young man, you know, the experience he would have learnt over that and going forward, he's got a good career. A very good player, level-headed as well. And, we did have a few attempts at his surname, and well, we haven't got to pronounce it again this week. Thank God for that.
And he did say that wherever he goes,
Jelle Klaasen, 180.
when he hears his name announced or called out, so there are variations all around Europe wherever he plays. But he took it in good heart and good spirits, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him in the coming years.
140 Jelle Klaasen.
That was close. That was close to back-to-back 180s from Jelle Klaasen. He's got out of the gate very
Прозвище Классена Кобра, хотя раньше его прозвище было Эль Матадор, но теперь он Кобра. Прозвище Веса Ньютона Warrior, что в переводе означает воин. Или Классен 2,9. У Веса Ньютона 117.
Back for the dreaded double nine. Just checking the score. It's actually 121 that Wes needs. Just checking with Georgie Noble.
What a mistake that is, Mike. He's hit the 14 instead of the 11. Well, we keep saying don't miss the big numbers. Very easy for us to sit here and say, but it's cost your legs.
2,9.
Jelle Klaasen takes this out long. One last dart left in his hand, and again
Да, сложное окончание.
a player misloads a dart at double nine.
Ньютона в 2,20. Вес Ньютон выигрывает первый лэг.
Well, Jelle came out of the traps flying, but it was Wes Newton who took the opening leg here.
Видим, что и дротики у Jelle Клаасена тоже
Wes Newton takes
стали
things to
другими.
right. This year's
Раньше у него
World
были
Championship
немножко другие.
finalist,
И
in
что
the
самое
opening
главное,
night of the
теперь
Premier League on
Jelle
Thursday up
Klaasen
in Liverpool.
бросает помедленнее. Раньше он, конечно, очень быстро бросал. Также Jelle Klaasen, участник премьер-лиги 2009 года. Закрывается Jelle Klaasen. 1-1.
But the end result was the double 18 and straight in the middle, so one leg apiece now.
Yes, Jelle's throw has slowed down a tad from when he first burst onto the scene a few years ago as a teenager, but
Все без
when it matters,
утроений.
he can still zip around the board as he proved there.
Yeah, he slowed it down to a blur now, hasn't he? Well, if Wes doesn't up this scoring, he's going to be in trouble here as long as Jelle can hit the doubles, because at the moment it's Jelle Klaasen certainly leading the power scoring in this match.
Yes, last night we saw a little bit of inconsistency in Wes's game against Dirk that allowed the Dutchman to take it right the way to the wire. Wes Newton getting over the line 6-5, but
you know, that's what top players, experienced players do now though, Mike. They stay in there, they hit a good score at the right time, and that's what Wes is learning in this game. You know, not to ever give up. You know, you've always got to remember that your opponent can miss the doubles, as Jelle did in the first leg, and you know, you start nicking legs, it puts you on the front foot and them on the back
Клаасен
foot. So
71 в остатке.
that's what it's all about. You can't always play brilliant, but it's the person who wins the messy legs that can win a lot more games.
Двойни сети закрывает Клаасен. 2-1.
well, Jelle Klaasen's spent the last 12 months attempting to edge his way back into the world's top 32. And a good performance here in Hildesheim this weekend would certainly give his confidence a boost at the start
140
of the
Newton.
year. The next game we'll see John Part, multiple world champion and a real crowd favourite for many, many years, up against another of the young emerging stars in the last couple of years.
180
Jelle
Klaasen.
Klaasen bangs in a 1080.
161 вышел на окончание.
And that will be Kim Huybrechts up against John Part. Kim Huybrechts, who definitely is Belgian. I'm sure of that.
We double checked. His brother told us. Wes Newton. This is a big shot out.
136 Ньютон.
Got to start getting his game in order here. Jelle Klaasen may have messed around in the first leg on the doubles, but the last two legs he's won have been very cleanly. Going for the 48, double 10 again. Another dart in his hand. for the
Двойни
double
сети
10.
Ньютон.
Oh, and he's missed it again.
Клaasen.
He's let Newton in.
Не
As I
закрывает.
said, this is where Newton has learnt the game very well.
Ньютона
Take
76.
these sort of shots out.
Двойни 8. Закривають. 2-2.
Right on cue and back to 2-2. So, yet again, a very close encounter here in this third round of the German Darts Championships. And we do indeed expect a lot of the games to be close affairs as the quality of the field starts to shine through as we get towards the business end of the competition.
When you look at this game, Mike, a lot of the newcomers, the inexperienced players, would have been 4-0 down. Jelle Klaasen was thrown first at the double in all 4 legs. 2 in that previous leg, I think 4, 1 at double 18, and I think 5 at double 9. So he could be 4-0 up. But what Wes has done, as I said, that experience of hanging in there and taking the chances when given. And the 76 was a perfect example of that, where 2-3 years ago Wes would not have done that. Learning the trade very well, Wes Newton.
And we mentioned Wes back in the Premier League again this year for his second year at it, and I'm sure he would have learnt a lot from his debut year last year, where he was in the bottom 2 and relegated after the cut-off in the 2013 Premier League. But he would have taken something from that experience and playing in front of those big crowds week in, week out in the Premier League, I'm sure.
Yes, a lot of players, it has not helped their form at all. Now down for those 19s, back up for the 20s, sets it up absolutely perfectly. To Klaasen again.
Newton 143.
Double first, but that's unlucky, looking for the 51. So Klaasen's coming back, and this could have been for 5-0.
Вдвойне 8 Классен закрывает 3-2.
Yet again, using it to good effect. And against the throw. Didn't like the lie of that first treble 20, so used the 19s as cover.
Yeah, he throws a very light dart, Jelle, so sometimes the point's not penetrating in the board enough, so when it looks a little bit wobbly, don't stay there because you could easily knock it out, especially if it's in the treble. So switch down. Those 2 look solid enough.
140 Классен.
Certainly is solid.
So Klaasen already down to a finish, albeit a big one. Won't happen now, but he will be back with Wes still back on 250.
Well, he's got to fill it up, Wes Newton. 1's not enough. Needs the 2. He does exactly that. So
140 Ньютон. Классен 81.
Well, he's not. He's going to get 2 at double 18.
Вдвойне 18. Закрывает 4-2.
Wasn't going to mess around with a double 9 there. And now there's daylight between Klaasen and Newton. 2 legs clear. 4-2, Klaasen leads Newton. And now this is going to be an uphill battle for Wes Newton.
Yes, Newton, the number 9 seed here. We have seen a number of the seeds tumble already this weekend. Most notably the number 2 seed Dave Chisnall.
180 Ньютон.
As Wade pulls out a ton 80. Yes, number 3 seed Peter Wright also going out. Number 4 seed Brendan Dolan beaten by Justin Pipe.
better leg this is from Wesley. He's going to get at least one dart with the double. Well, he's going to get 6 darts from 66 now. Stop the rock. Going for the bullseye for double 8. That's a double top now. Well, he's going to return.
2,20 Ньютон не закрыл.
All Klaasen can do is put a bit of pressure on.
В 2,20 Ньютон. Не закрывает. Классен 98.
Don't understand that at all. Going for the bullseye with his second
2,10 Ньютон.
dart.
В 2,5.
Закрывает.
Закрывает.
Well, he got there eventually, but Jelle Klaasen really should be throwing for the match here. The doubles eluding him just when it mattered.
He's going to have to be looking at a 12-dart leg. He was going to break the throw of Klaasen.
140 Классен.
Pretty tidy from Klaasen, and yesterday, you know, the early part of the game he scored very well, and then he went off the board and let his opponent in. Now I know he's only 4-3 up, but
140
one thing he's
Ньютон.
done better today, he's kept the scoring power up leg on leg.
Well, he is down to a finish, Klaasen. Probably would have hoped to have knocked a bit more off that score with that visit, but 2 darts for Newton straying into the treble 5 is not what he needs right now. But that is a finish when he comes back, if he comes back 1-6-7 for Newton. But can Klaasen take out the big 150 here? Won't happen now.
Yeah, that poor visit, the previous 3 darts, I mean, that was a small opening.
Классен,
16
89.
to come in with a big shot and to break the throw back. And now Klaasen, is it going to be a dart at bullseye? He wants the bullseye
Bull.
for 5 and
25
just
только.
north of the bullseye, so a chance here for Newton. Going for them 19s first. 88. Will he go the treble 16 now? Stay down there, or will he go treble 20? He's gone the treble 20 route, and he's missed that. So Klaasen comes back. 9 for double 8 for a 5-3 lead. Well, he's going 3 double 6.
2,6 Классен закрывает. 5-3.
That worked. And in a way, I can understand that. The 13's there. He's not far away from the double 6. He's got his range there. He's got his length. He's got his line.
Yes, he has his own way of taking out some of these finishes, but they are working to good effect at the moment, and he's just 1 leg away from victory and a place in the quarter-final tonight against Michael van Gerwen. That'll be the first quarter-final on stage. And for the players playing early on, Rod, Michael was asked after his game, you know, it's probably a good 5 hours or more until he's next on stage, and this venue here, unlike some of the venues we play where we're in the hotel that the players are staying in, this is a little bit of a way out of the town and away from the hotel, so we'll probably have to stay here for the afternoon. Is that something that
Третий дротик
players are just
отскочил.
used to dealing with the
120.
hanging around and making sure they're prepared in time for the game?
You're exactly right. Yeah, they've done it so often that, you know, there's no excuse. I mean, 5 hours, you know, I personally would go back to the hotel for a couple of hours, have a shower, just have a relax and then come back. But come back very early. Don't leave it to an hour, because it is harder to get that adrenaline going again after you've played in the afternoon. You need to be in this venue a good 2.5 hours again. So not too long at the hotel, but as I said, a lot of players will stay here to stay in that atmosphere.
140 Клаасен.
For the two who reached the final,
106
that'll be
Ньютон.
4 games in one day they'll be
Двоень
playing today.
20. Не закрывает.
Klaasen then for the match, a 1:30 checkout, 110 left. So Newton will have a chance to fight again and battle his way into this match. Double
Двоень
10.
10 Ньютон. Закрывает.
And indeed he
5-4.
does. So Klaasen with the darts. Again throwing for the match.
180 Клaasen.
Well, we see Michael van Gerwen in the deciding match kick off with a maximum. And to Jelle Klaasen, this is actually the deciding leg because
180 Ньютон.
back-to-back 180s here in Hildesheim, the German Championships. And what a feast of art the crowd are witnessing this afternoon. And that's for, well, don't know where the second one went. I don't think Wes Newton could explain that one.
The crowd showing their appreciation. Another packed crowd in
170.
here.
Клaasen вышел на
Sunday
окончание.
afternoon. Plenty of fancy dress on show. Really do get into the spirit of it, the German darts fans. This one of 5 German events in the European Tour again this year. So no big outshot for Klaasen.
And not a treble either. So Wes may get 6 darts from this 130. Well, he's going to have at least a dart at the bullseye. Now it's double 5.
Двойне 5 Ньютон.
Tie break.
Не попадает.
Well, this is a big ask, but the 2 darts at the same treble, and Klaasen's going to get a dart. Double 18 now.
Двойне
Oh, and he's
18.
had 1 dart and
Не
missed.
закрывает Клaasen.
That was so close. That was so close. Double 5 then for Newton.
Двойне 5
Stay in the
Ньютон.
German darts championship. Can he nudge the third one in? No, he
Не
can't.
закрывается.
It was lined up nicely, that second dart, just to aim the third one at, but double 18 then for the match. That's a good marker for the Dutchman. And there it
Jelle
goes.
Klaasen закрывается.
Jelle
6-4.
Klaasen knocking out the number 9 seed.
Klaasen выигрывает в этом
So
матче.
Jelle Klaasen will take on his Dutch counterpart Michael van Gerwen in
Jelle
the first
Klaasen
quarterfinal of
besiegt
the
die
evening.
Nummer
Coming up next, it's Belgium versus Canada. John Part up against Kim Huybrechts.
Jelle, congratulations. That's a good win against the number 8 of the PDC, playing a 97 average.